Today's exercise focuses on an AI system that is already live in production. There has been no breach, no outage, and no obvious technical failure. What we're examining instead is what happens when an AI system behaves exactly as designed, but produces outcomes the organization cannot confidently explain or defend. This scenario is meant to test governance under real operational pressure, not policy completeness. As we move through the slides, assume this system is business critical and actively impacting real people. This AI system was formally approved and deployed 6 months ago. At the time, it met all internal requirements for risk review, ethics review, and technical readiness. Ownership is distributed. Engineering maintains the platform. Product teams define performance goals. Risk and compliance provide oversight. What's important here is that no single role owns runtime accountability once the system is live. That separation has not been a problem, yet. The first signal is not an alert. It's not a dashboard turning red. Instead, it's a pattern. Customer complaints increase. Certain regions experience slower outcomes. Minority language users report inconsistent treatment. Operational metrics remain within approved thresholds, which makes it unclear whether this is noise, drift, or something more serious. Engineering teams respond first, as expected. They check system health. Everything appears normal. Product teams review model performance. Accuracy metrics are unchanged. No explicit policy violations are detected. At this stage, the issue is treated as operational variance. Risk and compliance teams are not yet engaged because no incident has been formally declared. As analysis continues, a more troubling pattern becomes clear. Certain groups are consistently deprioritized. The behavior is systematic, not random. And yet there is no single rule, feature, or policy that explains why. The system is technically correct, but socially harmful. This is the moment where performance stops being the right lens, and governance becomes unavoidable. Teams now attempt to explain specific outcomes. They can see what the system did. They cannot reliably explain why it did it. Decision logs lack context. Model explanations are incomplete. Upstream model interactions are undocumented. At this point, the organization cannot reconstruct decisions or demonstrate that safeguards meaningfully constrained behavior. The issue does not remain internal. Advocacy groups raise concerns. Media inquiries begin. Regulators request clarification. The organization is asked to explain how decisions were made, who approved the behavior, and what controls were active. Good intentions are no longer enough. Evidence and accountability are now required. Leadership faces a real trade-off. Shutting down the system disrupts operations. Keeping it live risks further harm. There is no predefined way to safely limit the system's autonomy. No governance safe mode. No documented process for ethical containment without redeployment. This is where governance gaps become operational risks. As escalation continues, responsibility becomes unclear. Engineering points to approved designs. Product teams point to business requirements. Risk teams point to completed reviews. Key questions remain unanswered. Who owns this decision now? Who has authority to change behavior? Who speaks externally? Governance exists, but it does not activate. This scenario doesn't resolve through a patch or a policy update. It resolves through architecture. Governance must exist at runtime. Accountability must be explicit. Evidence must be reconstructible, and AI autonomy must be reducible without stopping the business. This is the difference between governance that looks complete and governance that holds when systems are under pressure.